Carroll presents high school sports.
I want to welcome everybody into 93.7 KKRL, Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman. Then we're also coming to you live as well on YouTube tonight on CB Sports Network. One and only Will Miners running that for you. Audubon and Carroll tonight here live from historic Merchants Park. Both teams come in only 5 wins on the season. Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman with you. Jeff finally gets a night off. He's able to join us here tonight. So I haven't had the privilege to see Audubon yet. The first time both of us are getting to see him, but we know this could be a very good contest. Both really good pitchers going at it today for both teams.
Yeah, Gavin Larson this year, record-wise, sitting at 2-3, but he's got some really nice stuff. He's been a really solid pitcher and a really good competitor for them for a number of years, and he'll come out with a fastball tonight. He's got some nice off-speed pitches, but really uses that fastball and does a nice job of kind of moving the ball around it. Stone Siebenaller, Casey, kind of the same thing, coming in 1-3 on the year, but opponents hitting just a 286 against him this year. This is a young guy that comes out and I think throws the ball hard, and it's going to be spotting for both of these guys tonight, getting that pitch where they want it to.
And I think that you look at some teams here that we have the privilege to cover, their batting average is, really top heavy. Both teams here, they might not have kids that are hitting in the 300s, but they're really balanced as you go through the order 1 through 9.
And I think for both teams, the consistency of putting the ball in play, because both teams have struggled defensively this year. So if you can put the ball in play and make the defense have to make plays. I was just on talking to Coach Young, as everybody knows. I did the game Monday night over at Boone. They played really well. Last night, not so well. 6 errors. They give up 5 unearned runs, and that's been an issue for Audubon. It's been, at times, the defense has really struggled, and when you do that, you put the ball in play as a hitter, you give those defenses more opportunities to make those mistakes.
Yeah, Carroll comes in hitting 257 overall as a team. Audubon right near that clip as well, 254. So we should see really balanced hitting. It's just if the pitchers can get the defense to work behind them a little bit tonight. We mentioned Gavin Larson, Stone Siebenaller, young guy on the mound, kind of gets shadowed a little bit by Lincoln Weidel and Draylon Schweitzer on this pitching staff, but still another young, good pitcher. He went up, pitched really well in Winterset, picked up, that's his lone win of the season, but he's worked more in relief appearances, I think, but now starting to get some more starts, so he'll go on the mound today. Again, we're coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helps athletes fuel, recover, and perform. We'll go ahead, step away, take 3 minutes. Right back with more here on the Mackey Motors pregame on Kick 106.7, or 93.7 KKRL.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Starting lineups for you real quick. Audubon going to be the visiting team on the scoreboard to lead off with Aaron Olson. He'll play short today. Evan Alta follow in the 2 spot, play in center field. Gavin Larson, the pitcher on the mound, will bat in the 3 spot. Cleaning up tonight is the catcher Cooper Nielsen. Then also followed by him in the 5 hole is Carson Wessel. He'll play second base today. Brody Schultes, really good young player for the Audubon Wheelers, will play third base today. And then batting 7th is Jay Remsburg. He'll play left field. And the DH, Eli Jorgensen, will hit for the pitcher today. Colton Hansen in the 8th spot. Then rounding out that Audubon lineup is Adam Obrick. He will be in right field. Carroll Tigers starting lineup is going to look like this tonight. Stone Siebenaller will lead off. He's led off every single game this year so far for Carroll. He's going to be on the mound. Tate Sliceman will bat second in left field. Chase Regaler will follow in the 3-hole. He's going to play third. Carter Essick, the DH, hitting in the cleanup spot as he will hit for the first baseman, Braxton Liu. Ryan North playing right field, batting fifth. Jake Jorgensen in his center, batting sixth. Cooper Ludwig will follow as he is going to catch tonight, batting seventh. And then Draylon Schweitzer at short and Mason Vogt to round out the Carroll Tiger lineup. Jeff, we talked about the hitting that we're going to see from both these teams, that it is senior night tonight. 3 seniors on this Carroll Tiger team. And Schweitzer has been one of the guys that started a couple years now. Mason getting to start a little bit more this year, and then they're also going to honor Tyson as well.
Yep.
It's for a Carroll team that has struggled to get people out. You like to see kids stay consistent and come out for a team that has struggled to get kids out in the past.
Yeah, tip my cap to kids that, especially with the summer sports, with seniors, it seems to be the most difficult sport to keep kids out throughout their entire high school career, because sometimes once you graduate, you either want to enjoy the summer before you head off to college, or you want to go get a job and make some money before you go off to college. But these guys all going to be missed. I remember Draylon Schweitzer, as a freshman coming in and seeing some time on the hill, and then he'd play a little second and a little shortstop. And I've always thought defensively, I don't know defensively if he'd be as happy this year with the numbers. I think 14 or 15 errors coming into tonight, but he's smooth out there, and I enjoy watching him play. Quiet kid, but when he's on the hill, he's kind of that quiet assassin for them over the years, and he's been one of the aces for them on the hill for a number of years. And Mason Vogt, you mentioned to him, really first time getting a lot of varsity time and getting varsity time, but I thought he's really went out and performed well for the Tigers this year, and has given them a solid player. He's played some outfield, played out in right field the other night against Boone. He's playing some second base. He's got a nice swing, hits the ball really well.
From the left-handed side.
Yeah, from the left-handed side, and being a lefty, you love the left-handed swing, absolutely. And I think coaches enjoy having left-handers because it's a little different look and a little easier look against right-handed pitching. And then you mentioned Tyson. What do you say about Tyson? I chatted with him on my way, and he saw me walking over. First thing he does is he hollers out, "What are you doing here?" And so we had a nice conversation pretty much all the way until I came up through the tunnel and stuff. But just a super nice young guy.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it is tough for kids to stay out because, Iowa is one of the only sports that plays baseball and softball.
And I hope it stays that way.
In the summer. And it is tough for kids to come out, but a lot of these kids you also see as multi-sport athletes as well. Schweitzer coming off a really good wrestling season.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Voigt plays multiple sports, but a lot of the kids that we're going to see in today's game for both teams, are multi-sport athletes, and you like to see that out of kids.
You certainly do, and you talk about that, Carroll, a little larger of a school, you can get away a little bit more. Not that I like to see it, but you can get a little bit more with kids specializing. 4As really don't have a problem with it because they can do that. With schools the size of Audubon, if you don't have your best athletes going out for 3, if not all 4 sports, you're going to struggle. And luckily for the Wheelers over the years, that has not been an issue. Their best athletes seem to be multi-sports. And I will say this, and I know parents are going to argue with me. I talk to a lot of college coaches, and I talk to them on a fairly regular basis. They don't ask if a kid specializes. They want kids that are playing in multi-sports. That's the first thing they want to know, is they want 3 and 4 sports stars. And the reason why is, if you're specializing already in high school, you've almost hit your peak. They know where you're at. If you're playing multiple sports, they can get you and improve you once you get to the college level. Plus, you learn different roles. You don't get injured as often because you're working different muscles. There's so many benefits of playing multi-sports, and hopefully more kids will start to do that.
Yeah, so you can hear the crowd cheering for Tyson.
Yep.
They let Tyson nip
inside the park home run.
An inside the park home run, so his teammates are going to join him, and the crowd giving him a standing ovation.
And hopefully you got to see on the video, he's doing a bow out there.
Yep. We are coming to you live here on 93.7 KKRL, but also as well on YouTube at CB Sports, or at CB Sports Network. There on YouTube. Will Miners running the video broadcast for that. Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman coming to you live.
And our video is powered by New Way Auto Group. Yep.
Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages here in Carroll. Gatorade helps athletes fuel, recover, and perform. We'll go ahead, step away, take 2 minutes. Right back with first pitch here on 93.7 KKRL.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Starting lineups getting announced here at Merchants Park in Carroll. Casey Miners, Jeff Blanken with you in the Mackey Motors pregame show. Gonna run through those starting lineups for you one more time again. Audubon Wheelers are going to be the visitors on the scoreboard tonight to lead off with Aaron Olson. Evan Alta follow Gavin Larson will bat third. Cooper Nielsen in the cleanup spot, followed by Carson Wessel. Brody Schultes. Jay Remsberg is going to bat seventh, rounded out by Eli Jorgensen, as he will be the DH. He hits for the first baseman tonight, Colton Hansen. Then Adam Obrick rounded out that Wheeler lineup for you. For the Carroll again, Stone Siebenoller on the mound, leads off tonight for the Tigers, followed by Tate Sliceman. Chase Regallard will bat in the three spot, followed by Carter Essick, the DH. He is going to hit for Braxton Liu, who is going to play first base. Ryan North will bat fifth, followed by Jake Jorgensen. Cooper Ludwig is in the 7 hole as Draylon Schweitzer, and then Mason Vogt will follow after that. As we mentioned, both teams have really good pitchers on the mound tonight. Siebenoller comes in with just a little over a 4 ERA, as Larson under a 2 ERA on the season. Both pitchers don't strike out a whole bunch.
Right.
They can be a little wild, but we should see a good mound, a good presence on the mound. Both pitchers gonna pitch to contact as we step away for 2 minutes for the national anthem here on 93.7 KKRL.
Hey, it's
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Pitch on the way here from Merchants Park in Carroll. Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman with you. Also, don't forget, we got a video broadcast as well on our YouTube channel. CB Sports Network on YouTube. It's going to be powered by New Way Auto there in Coon Rapids. Stone Siebenthaler on the mound for the Tigers. This is batting mate behind the dish is going to be Cooper Ludwig. Leading off for the Audubon Wheelers is Aaron Olson. Comes in batting .229 on the season, playing shortstop today. Both these teams, young teams, so expect to get a lot of production back next year. Both teams come in with only 5 wins on the season. Siebenthaler's first pitch is on the way, taken low for a strike.
Olson, one of those guys that, he hasn't stolen a ton of bases this year, 14 of 15, but finds a way to get on base. He's walked 10 times this year as well.
Siebenthaler's next pitch will be taken outside, just catches the outside corner of the plate. 0-2 the count now. Siebenthaler, just a sophomore on the mound for the Tigers as the 0-2 is on the way. Going to be fouled off, straight back off the netting.
What I'm always impressed with Stone, the times I've seen him pitch, is that he's around the zone. Even if he's walking guys, it's not that he's throwing it, 2, 3, 4 foot away from the plate. No, 2, 3, 4 inches, I should say. It's around the plate. As
Siebenthaler gets the strikeout, Olson goes down swinging on. Looked like a breaking ball that broke in, kind of low. Just caught the inside portion of the plate. Evan Alt steps in, a .290 hitter, and I've had the privilege of writing up a couple Audubon stories this year, and it feels like this guy, when they need a hit, comes in clutch for him.
Yeah, and he's been that way, for his whole career, and coming off a really good football season this last fall as well.
First pitch by Siebenthaler is going to be taken low for a ball. 1-0 the count, one gone, nobody on here in the top of the first. Siebenthaler's 1-0 pitch is on the way. Get past the glove of the catcher, Cooper Ludwig. 2-0 the count now.
Defense playing pretty well straight up right now, I would say, in center field. You've got Jake Jorgensen with that good speed, playing pretty shallow right now.
Siebenthaler's next pitch will be taken for a strike, 2-1 the count. Still one out here in the inning. Gavin Larson to follow, Cooper Nielsen after him if we can get to him here in the Audubon order. Siebenthaler's 2-1 on the way. Be taken high for a ball, 3-1 the count now.
And I was just getting ready to say that Ryan North is kind of hugging the center field area out in right field, and just as I was getting ready to say that, he took about 5 steps over towards the right field line. Coaches must have noticed that as well and moved him.
Siebenthaler's pitch on the way, and will be taking ball for a walk. Alt gets on via a base on balls here in the top of the first. So I guess first runner on base for the Wheelers. And Audubon not a threat to steal the bases. Olson and Alt, both of them about 13, 14 stolen bases apiece this year. So we'll see if they try to get something in scoring position early.
And Cooper's got a strong arm, not always probably as accurate as maybe what he would like, so we'll see if they challenge. But there's that throw over it. Barely back in time was Alt. It looks like with the lead that Alt had there that he might be thinking about going.
Gavin Larson steps in, a .319 hitter on the year, on the mound today for Audubon, as that one's going to be taken inside for a strike. Braxton Liu holding Alt on at first.
And this time of the night, you're always having to battle that sun over there at first base out in right field as well.
Stone's next pitch is going to be popped up into right field. North comes in, doesn't get the catch as both runners will advance. Alt up to second. Larson safe at first on the error.
And that's one of those tough plays. Coming in on the ball there, probably should have had it. If you're Evan Alt, you're going halfway. He felt it was caught at first, started breaking back to the bag, but luckily that got it away from North enough that Alt able to advance up to second.
And we just mentioned it, the sun out there is going to be tough for the right fielder as well, so I wonder if North didn't quite see it as well off the bat as Cooper Nielsen steps in. 268 hitters and a catch today. Big, tall kid for the Wheelers. Siebenthaler's first pitch is in for a strike. One out still here in the inning. Runners on second and first. Next pitch on the way, swung on and missed. 0-2 the count now.
Nice high inside fastball that time. Those are a tough pitch to lay off, and it just blew that one by Cooper, who's usually a pretty good bat.
Siebenthaler likes to work quick on the mound. He gets the ball, gets set, and comes back as that one's going to be taken for strike 3 as Nielsen goes down looking. Second strikeout in the inning for Siebenthaler. Now puts 2 away as Carson Wessel steps up to the plate. Wessel, 273 hitter on the season. He swings and misses at the first one.
And this is really key for both teams here early in the game. For Carroll, you want to get off to a good start. If you're Audubon, you got to anticipate Carroll's probably going to score some runs. So you want to get, if you get a couple of guys on, you want to score early.
Saul fouls that one off. It's going to tail and just get back towards the dugouts here at Merchants Park. Top of the first inning, nobody scored yet, but 2 runners on for Audubon. They do have 2 outs, though. Runners at first and second.
Schleichman playing shallow out in left field right now. In fact, the whole outfield playing relatively shallow.
That one's fouled off again, straight back, hits the netting. 0-2 the count, 2 outs here for Siebenthaler.
Doing a nice job of moving the ball around, and what I've really noticed is tonight, Casey, is he's really jamming hitters. He's not afraid to come inside.
The 0-2 on the way. He's going to get past Ludwig behind the plate as both runners will advance on a wild pitch.
And that's one where Coop's got to slide. He tried to backhand that one as the catcher, but you got to slide that body and be fundamental and get the body out in front of it, knock that ball, keep that ball in front of you so those runners can advance.
Now 2 runners in scoring position for Carson Wessel. Second baseman today hits 273 as that one's going to be driven out to second base. Fields it cleanly, now bobbles it. But we'll just get him in time, and that will do the inning here. Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll go ahead, step away, take a minute. Right back with more baseball action here on 93.7 KKRL.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
Your score as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Tigers will send up Stone, Siebenthaler, Tate, Sleichman, and Chase Regallard. Again, Gavin Larson on the mound tonight for the Wheelers. Definitely been the Wheelers' best pitcher so far this year. Does get a little bit in trouble with walks, but also has a good number of strikeouts as well. So a guy that throws hard, throws around the plate. As Siebenthaler will step in, a 256 hitter on the season on the mound tonight for the Tigers.
Siebenthaler hitting 256 on the year.
Siebenthaler steps in, takes strike at the first one as he came up swinging.
And Larson looks like he's going to want to work quickly here, Casey, right back on the rubber.
The 0-1 on the way. Taken outside for a ball, bounced in front of the plate.
And Casey, this is really a big game for both teams because, if you're Audubon, you got the playoffs starting on Saturday. This is the last game of the regular season.
Siebenthaler drives that one out to right field. The right fielder's racing in, and he will make the catch. It's always a tough play for the right fielder, especially with the right-handed hitter up, because that ball's going to tail towards the line, and with battle in that sun. So a nice play made out there by Obricht in right field.
Yeah, really saw that one off of the bat well and got a good break. That ball tailing away from him just a little bit. And then if you're Carroll, Casey, this would be 3 wins in 4 games if you get this tonight. So you're still a week away from the postseason. Got a week and a half away from the postseason. So to me, this is a big game for both these teams tonight.
Yeah, Carroll's going to take on Lewis Central in Class 3A Sub-State 8 on Friday the 7th. As Sleichman steps in, takes a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 gone here in the inning. Sleichman, a .342 hitter on the season, playing left field today. So he's going to swing and miss on that one. A good breaking ball there by Larson. Sleichman steps back in as Larson's ready to work on the hill. The 0-2 on the way with 1 gone. Sleichman drives that one back up the middle. Schultes has it at short and gets him in plenty of time. 6-3 on the putout.
And Aaron Olson doing a nice job that time, really staying poised, kind of rotating over and sliding over, fielding that one right in front of the second base bag. Knew he had a time because with that high chopper, it gave him a second to peek over at the runner and see that he had some time instead of, throwing it a little too quick.
2 gone in the inning. Steps up Chase Regaller, third baseman today for the Tigers, a .375 hitter on the season.
And Larson, similar to what we saw out of Siebenaller in the top of the first, really trying to stay inside on these guys as most hitters today really crowd that plate.
The 0-1 on the way as Regaller fouls it straight back. 2 gone in the inning. Neither team with a hit yet so far. Tigers did commit an error in that top of the first. Larson's pitch on the way. It's going to be swung on and missed as the ball gets away from the catcher. Regaller down to first, and the throw will pull the first baseman off the bag, so Chase Regaller will be safe at first base. Larson still credited with the strikeout, though, but no out. As Carter Essick will step in. Kind of a pleasant surprise Essick has been for the Tigers this year. Wasn't in the starting lineup so far this year, all the way now up batting in the 4-hole most of the season. Comes in batting .353 for the Tigers.
And a couple of doubles on the year, so he's got a little bit of power, but really does a nice job of putting in the ball in play. And if you're Audubon right now, those are the kind of mistakes that have come back to haunt you. Let's see how they battle out of this here in this first inning.
Throw over to first, not in time. Regaller back in plenty of time. Regaller leads the Tigers in stolen bases so far this year. So he gets a good lead over there at first base. Essick steps back in as Larson's ready to work on the hill. Regaller takes off as that one's going to hit Carter right on the, we got him on the forearm right above the elbow.
And that one's going to sting where it hit him. The only thing that I wondered is it did almost look like he was starting to think about swinging. So you wonder if that arm started coming out into the zone a little bit. And sometimes you see that. The home plate umpire will make the kid stay because he's in the middle of swinging when he gets hit.
Ryan North steps in. A .257 hitter, leads the team in RBIs so far this season. Larson's pitch on the way, taken outside for a ball. Gets past Nielsen. Both runners will advance on the wild pitch.
So both teams now here in this first inning going to have runners at second, third. Audubon unable to take advantage of it. We'll see what the Tigers can do here.
I feel like North's been the guy you won up with runners in scoring position so far this year. He seems to have a good bat when you need him to. See, it's .257 on the year. That pitch is going to be taken for a strike. Evens the count up at 1-1. 2 gone here in the inning. Still no score here on 93.7 KKRL, but the Tigers threatening in the bottom of the first.
Big strike zone here tonight as well, which I like.
As that ball gets past Nielsen behind the plate, and Regaller's going to come in to score on the wild pitch. So that dropped third strike coming back to bite Audubon here a little bit as Regaller came around to score. Essick going to advance to third on the wild pitch as well.
Yeah, and that's an unearned one there. That's one where, again, the catcher's got to scoop. You can't backhand the ball and try to make that play, and that one's on the catcher there.
So the count runs to 3-1 as the ball missed inside. Essick down to third, 2 gone in the inning as North is still at the plate. 3-1 the count. Larson's pitch is on the way. Going to go inside again as North will get first base on the base on balls. Now puts runners on the corners, and if you're Carroll, you're going to, like you said earlier, you're going to want to score often. So let's see if, especially with 2 outs, if they'll send Ryan here on the stolen base. Doesn't have many on the season so far. Jorgensen steps in now, a .215 hitter on the season. So he takes the strike, and just like that, North is down to second on a stolen base.
It looks to me like Carroll's going to be really aggressive on the base pass, and it looks like Audubon's going to kind of let Carroll move bases here tonight.
Larson's 0-1 on the way. Jorgensen swings and misses. Jorgensen, a young kid, only a freshman. He's got a nice swing.
Has done a nice job defensively out in center field the times I've seen the Tigers play this year as well.
0-2 the count. 2 runners in scoring positions. The pitch is on the way. It's going to miss behind the batter. And if you're Jake Jorgensen, Coach Young's probably telling you to get that bat down.
Yeah, didn't drop the bat. That's one of the things. I was watching Coach Young. He's having a lot of conversation right now with Carter Essick over there at third.
Larson's 1-2 on the way. Back behind the batter. Gets away from Nielsen.
Should have a play here at the plate.
And the ball is going to be rolled out past the pitcher as North tries to come around and score, but he is going to be thrown out at home. But one run does come across. Tigers able to get 2 on no hits. We go to the top of the second. Right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
It's common to feel overwhelmed when it comes to insurance. That's why you need to have an agent you can trust.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
KRL. So they are up on top of Audubon as the Wheelers come to bat. They'll send a Brody Schultes to Jay Remsburg and then Eli Jorgensen to the plate as well.
5, 6, 7 due up right now for the Wheelers.
Audubon with Carroll with two unearned runs there in the bottom of the first. Both teams looking for their first hit of the game. Schultes steps in, the left-handed hitter, hitting .328 on the season. Siebeneller comes set on the mound as the pitch is on the way. That one's going to be fouled off.
Nice piece of hitting that time by Schultes. It was a low and away pitch, and he went with it instead of trying to get the head of the bat and pull it. Just kind of reached out and popped it foul.
His brother Skyler assistant on this Audubon baseball team.
Yes.
As he fouls one off again, it's just going to get out of play.
And what a great athletic career he had for the Wheelers. Outstanding baseball player and one heck of a quarterback on those state football teams that he was on.
Schultes, only a freshman on the season. Only a freshman. Hits, probably been Audubon's best hitter so far this year. As that one's fouled off again. 3 straight foul balls. It's going to get out of play.
And can't forget his sister sitting right down over in the front row over here. Caitlin Schultes was a part of Audubon's last state volleyball team, and what a tremendous athlete she was in her day over there as well.
Siebeneller's 0-2 on the way. Taking low for a ball.
Like what I'm seeing from Siebeneller here so far. Doesn't throw it real hard, but again, for the most part, right around that strike zone.
It's really different contrast to players watching Stone's brother play and then watching him play. When Slade was on the mound, he threw the ball hard, worked quick.
I had to laugh because, Coach Young and I were chatting after the game the other night, and he said that, Stone was popping the glove pretty good and stuff in warm-ups the other night, and then popped the glove when he came in. He says he asked him after the game, was Slade out there or was that you?
Siebeneller gets Schultes on strikes, his third strikeout of the game so far. Now sends in Jay Remsburg, a .286 hitter. Mentioned that the Wheelers really balanced throughout their lineup. Schultes, their best average so far in the season at .328. Remsburg's going to foul that one back.
And got him on a nice pitch up and away and got him to chase. But, for Schultes, a young guy, he's trying to protect at the plate, just trying to get a piece of that one and foul it off.
The 0-1 on the way. Taken outside for a strike. Big strike zone tonight for both pitchers. Is going to work in their favor. We saw it work for Siebeneller a little bit. Larson getting a couple calls as well as the 0-2 is on the way. Fouled back. Remsburg stays alive here. Playing left field for Audubon.
Well, in 8 pitches so far here in this inning, he's only thrown one outside of the strike zone.
Tigers up 2-0 here. Top of the second inning. Both teams still looking for their first hit. Nobody on for the Wheelers. One gone here in the inning. Siebeneller comes set on the mound. His 0-2 on the way. Driven out to third base as Regaller fields it on a hop. His throw over to first was going to pull him off the bag. So they're going to say that Lou didn't get him on the tag. So Remsburg will get first on the error.
And an outstanding effort by Lou over there at first base on what was a tough throw. I thought he came really close to getting that tag, but the first base umpire with a much better view than we have here. But a nice job. Didn't stretch too early. That throw just a little offline.
Eli Jorgensen, the DH, steps in. A .250 hitter. Not a lot of game time so far for Jorgensen. He hasn't played much this season, but getting an opportunity to hit in the 8-hole today for the Wheelers as he takes that first pitch strike. 0-1 the count now. Runner on first base for Audubon. Siebenthaler's 0-1 on the way. Jorgensen pops that up, and Lou lost it in the sun, I think, a little bit as he was trying to track it, and it falls out of his glove. So we'll go foul, though, so new life here for Eli Jorgensen.
And we'll see if the Wheelers now can take advantage of that. You see that sometimes where a play can be made. That was a tough play because it was up in the sun, but we'll see now if the Wheelers can take advantage of what possibly should have been an out for the Tiger defense.
Siebenthaler back set on the mound. Runner still on first base as the 0-2 is on the way. Taken outside for a ball. 1-2 the count now. Bottom of the order, Adam Obrick to follow.
And you can tell Audubon hasn't hit with a lot of power this year with how shallow the Carroll outfielders are playing right now.
That one's going to be popped up on the infield. Schweitzer taking control out there as he makes the catch.
Exactly what you want a shortstop to do, and that's to be the guy that takes charge out on the infield.
Yeah, Schweitzer has a lot of innings played out there for the Tigers at shortstop. 2 gone in the inning now. Steps in number 9 hole hitter for the Wheelers, Adam Obrick, a .278 hitter on the season.
He's walked 6 times on the year, also been hit twice.
Siebenthaler's first pitch in there for a strike. Remsburg still down at first base. We talked about these Wheelers, not a big team that likes to run on the base pass.
Yeah, just 2-2 this year for Jay.
Obrick swings at the next one. Kind of looked a little high. I think he was upset with himself on that one.
Yeah, and Stone's done a nice job of getting them to chase those high pitches here tonight. If I'm him, I would maybe stay with that.
The Wheelers do have a little bit of a strikeout problem. Strikeout over 200 times so far this year. So that one's fouled off. Goes back towards the batting cages here at Merchants Park.
And you got to know the Carroll staff has looked at those numbers and feel like they can be aggressive on the hill here tonight.
0-2 still to count. 2 gone. Runner on first base. Siebenthaler's pitch is on the way. That one's going to be fouled off again. That one might have reached the parking lot.
You always got to know where to park and where not to park when you come here to Merchants Park.
You know, I haven't been hit by my car hasn't been hit yet, but I took the station vehicle today, so let's hope it doesn't get hit. That one's going to be popped up and just get out of play again. Obrick doing a nice job of battling down in the count here. Fouled off 3 straight pitches.
Randy Spees, one of 2 people sitting up the first base line in the bleachers here tonight. Usually you see a few more people, but with that sun and you know, you said earlier it was warm out. I think a lot of people trying to stay in the shade here tonight.
Siebenthaler's next pitch misses high for a ball. 2-2 the count now.
And Casey, that wind blowing fairly well right now from right to left field. I don't think it's going to blow enough to have any impact here tonight, but we'll see if it's going right to left here tonight.
Siebenthaler gets his second strikeout of the inning. Up to 4 for him so far on the night. We go to the bottom of the second. Tigers lead 2-0. Right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Audubon, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Tigers to bat here in the bottom of the second. They'll send Jorgensen to the plate as he was up when Ryan North was thrown out at home plate. Pitch is on the way and Jorgensen grounds that out to the second baseman. Fields it cleanly and gets the throw over. First down in the inning.
Carson Wessel read that one, and a nice job of pitching that time as Larson came in and jammed him right away and forced him to take that one off of the fists.
And this is the part of the Tiger order that probably doesn't hit as well, so it kind of looks like Audubon's going to play everybody shallow, because it seemed like Wessel was playing right on the grass when Jorgensen came in and hit it, because it almost died in the grass a little bit, but Wessel played him perfectly as Ludwig steps in now. 1 gone in the inning. Ludwig drives that one out to center field, but Backing up a little bit is the center fielder, and it will be out number 2 on 2 pitches here so far for Gavin Larson. The center fielder, Evan Alt, tonight for the Audubon Wheelers.
And if you're Coach, Wilder, this is what you want to see, is you don't want to throw Gavin too much tonight, potentially keeping him available for Saturday, but if he can get through innings with less pitches, that certainly helps the Wheelers coming up this weekend as the postseason starts for them. Tigers back in action tomorrow against Ballard.
Another conference game for the Tigers tomorrow as Schweitzer ducks out of the way of the pitch. 0-1 now, 1-0 the count. 2 gone here in the inning. Larson's pitch on the way, misses low in the dirt for a ball.
And if you're Larson right now, this is a guy you have to go after. Draylen's struggling a little bit with the bat this year. He hits the ball well, but 179 here. The big thing that jumps off to me is 22 strikeouts on the season.
Schweitzer takes the third pitch for a strike. 2-1 the count now. Schweitzer strikes out quite a bit, but also works a lot of walks as well.
He does. Yep. Got walked 15 times on the year.
Larson's 2-1's pitch is going to be fouled off the backstop. 2-2 the count now. 2 outs here in the inning. Nobody on for the Tigers. Both teams still looking for their first hit in the game. Tigers scored 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the first. 2-2 on the way and go behind the back of Schweitzer. Runs the count full now with 2 outs.
That's one that, I don't know, you're probably too young to remember Randy Johnson and John Kruk, but, in the All-Star game, Randy Johnson threw in behind Kruk, and Kruk actually went over and started hitting right-handed.
3-2 on the way. It's going to miss high for a ball. Schweitzer gets on base with the base on balls.
16th walk of the season for him, so does a nice job, as you said, getting on base. And a guy capable of stealing 7 of 8 on the year. We'll see if he looks to run in this situation.
And Tigers doing it again with 2 outs. Chase Regalit able to get on with 2 outs last inning as they scored those 2 runs as Mason Voigt steps in. A .246 hitter playing second base today for the Tigers. One of the seniors that was honored before tonight's game.
Had a double the other night against Boone.
A triple in their invitational tournament as well. As Schweitzer takes off on the first pitch. No throw down by Nielsen. As Schweitzer now with another stolen base on the season.
Well, and he stole that one off of the pitcher. He was already going before Larson. Gavin's got to start looking a second time. Right now, just looking back once and then coming to the plate.
Larson's second pitch misses outside. 2-0 the count. Runner in scoring position, though, for the Tigers as they do hold a 2-0 lead here on 93.7 KKRL. And Schweitzer just gets back in. A good move by Larson on the hill. As Schweitzer was he was off a little bit.
They had him hung up. The ball just got there a little late and the tag was late. He was back in safely, but he was off the bag about 8 feet as that throw was coming.
Olsen, the shortstop, working him as Voigt's going to take a strike. 2-1 the count now.
I'm assuming it's the same way as it was back in my day, as the runner's always got the guy at second base. The coach is always the one that's supposed to be talking to you about the shortstop.
Voigt works the count to 3-1. Still 2 outs here in the inning.
And with a lefty out, most of the time you do have your shortstop holding on, which is the situation now.
Next pitch is going to be taken for a strike. Runs the count full. Stone Siebenoller on deck if we can get to him. Carroll holding a 2-0 lead. We are also coming to you live on our YouTube channel. CB Sports on YouTube. It's going to be powered by New Way Auto Group. Full count pitch is going to be fouled off. Voigt staying alive there at the plate.
Shadows over most of the infield right now, too. I mean, the grass part of the infield. The player's still in the sunshine, so it won't be much longer before you'll have those shadows covering most of the infield.
Olsen working Schweitzer at second base as Larson comes set, and Voigt's going to go down on his strikes, and that'll do it for the Tigers here in the inning. They get a runner to second base, but still don't get a run as they hold a 2-0 lead. We go to the top of the third, right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
Oh, hell no, not again. Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Up 2-0 as we go to the top of the third inning. Wheelers will send the top of the order to the plate. Aaron Olson, Evan Alt, Gavin Larson. Both teams still without a hit so far yet in this game, Jeff.
You talked about the pitching in the pregame, and we've seen good pitching here so far. Defenses haven't been perfect, but been good enough here so far tonight.
Carroll's already committed 2 errors as Siebenthaler's back out on the hill. That one's going to be popped up on the infield. Lou
Somebody's got to take that.
Because that will drop in for the first hit of the game.
And that's actually an easier play for the second baseman. And that's got to go down as an error, Casey. I heard you just say hit. Somebody, that's a pop-up on the infield. You got 3 guys standing around it. Somebody's got to take charge and catch that ball.
Olson now on first base. Schweitzer comes set. Stone Siebenthaler comes set.
Alt walked his first time up. Olson, a pretty good base runner out there at second. 14 of 15 in stolen bases.
Tigers already with 3 errors so far here in the game. So that one's going to be popped up. North going a long way to get it. It's just going to roll foul, and it will land. Ryan had a long ways to go. He's playing more pull for the hitters so far, and you can hear Coach Knockel down there yelling at him to go get it.
Yeah, that, for a guy that loves running cross country in the 2 mile, I don't know if he likes sprinting as far as he had to try and sprint to that one, but gave really good effort to try and get there. That is for sure.
Runner on first base here in the inning. Nobody out as Siebenthaler steps off. Evan All back to the plate. Walked his first time up. Stranded at third as that one's going to be popped up again in foul territory. Lou going after it, and he will make the catch for the first out.
Nice job of finding the ball that time by Braxton Lou and just making the play. And heads-up play, too. He turned right away as Olson kind of acted like he was going to go after the ball was caught. And coming over to cover at second was Voigt. They almost had a play at second base, or at first base, excuse me.
Gavin Larson steps in, reached on an error by the right fielder back in the first inning. Siebenthaler's pitch is going to be taken low for a ball. Larson stranded at second base his last time up.
And you can see the second time through the lineup, looks like he's pitching a little bit different to these guys. Stayed inside a lot early. Now the second time you're seeing a few more pitches to the outside part of the plate.
Larson swings and misses, and that's a good thing to see because you want to keep the hitter guessing while they're up there, not wanting to know. Yep. They might be able to guess what pitch you're going to throw based off of the count, but it's harder to make them guess on where they think that ball is going to come. 1-1 the count now is that one's going to be driven down just foul. Good hit, piece of hitting there by Gavin Larson. Was driven down the right field line, landed just foul.
Lucky break for the Carroll Tigers on that one because where that one was headed, Olson was running hard. He'd have been at least at third. You'd had runners on the corners here with just 1 out. So a lucky break if you're a Carroll Tiger fan and a disappointing break if you're a fan of Audubon here tonight. Now we'll see what Siebenthaler looks to do.
So that one's popped up to the second baseman off the knee of Mason Voigt.
And a lucky break that time as Olson was going and was about 2/3 of the way down. If that ball would have been caught, they'd had the easy double play down to first. But 4 errors here tonight. We talked about it in the pregame. Which Carroll Tiger defense would we see? The one that played well against Moon on Monday or the one that had 6 errors last night? Right now here early, it looks like the defense we saw last night.
And Coach Young's going to come out and talk. I wonder if this is more to talk with his defense than talk with his pitcher here.
And sometimes you come out and talk to the pitcher in this just to keep them from getting frustrated.
And the Tiger defense already with 4 errors so far here tonight. We're going to put a runner on second and first for the Wheelers as when we resume play, Cooper Nielsen will come up to bat. Catcher in tonight's game. Tigers still do hold a 2-0 lead, however. Both teams still looking for their first hit in the game. Audubon yet to commit an error. Both teams throwing really good pitchers tonight as well. So Young comes back. 1 gone in the inning for the Wheelers. As again, Cooper Nielsen steps in, a .268 hitter. Struck out in his last time up.
And this is that situation. You got your number 4 guy in the lineup up with 1 out and runners at first and second. This is a situation where Coop's got to come up with a big hit.
So that one's popped up in the infield. Schweitzer does the smart thing to let it drop as they get it out. Trying to turn 2 there.
And just didn't handle the ball at second base. Mason Voigt that time trying to turn it and didn't have control of it. So instead of being able to step on the bag, he actually had to tag the runner sliding into second.
So Nielsen will reach on the fielder's choice. 2 gone in the inning, though, now. Runners on the corners. Carson Wessel steps up. Grounded out to the second baseman, his first time up in the top of the first.
Coach Wilder going out to talk with Olson over at third. There's some pressure right now on Ludwig because Olson runs really well. Can't let anything get past him.
Schweitzer's first pitch will be inside, but called a strike. And I wonder if they do run if Cooper won't even throw down, because it's going to be easy for that runner from third to come in and score. Siebenthaler's second pitch is swung on and miss. 0-2 the count now. 2 gone here in the inning. Runners still on the corners for the Wheelers.
And if you're Siebenthaler, just go after the hitter. Just take the pressure off the defense right now and go after the hitter here up 0-2.
Siebenthaler already with 4 strikeouts as they try to pick off the runner at second, and the throw comes home, and it will not be in time.
And that perfectly executed at double steal that time for Audubon as, they took off towards second base right away and got in. And Siebenthaler tried to spin and make the throw, but it was not going to be in time. And then it was really easy because Olson runs well to be able to have him come in and score.
Wheeler's on the board, 2-1. Wessel still at the plate. Siebenthaler's next pitch is going to be called strike 3. So Stone already with 5 strikeouts in the game so far as we go to the bottom of the third. Carroll holds a 2-1 lead over Audubon. Right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Visiting DePaco Credit Union was the thing that started all this.
We had a lot of student loan debt, low credit scores for bad decisions we had made in our younger years.
We thought it was the point where you could never come back from it. We've always wanted to own our own restaurant, so I just kind of floated the idea like, oh, I found this food truck.
I was like, yeah, let's try it. DePaco helped us so much with just putting everything together.
Definitely life-changing for us.
What we have right now would not have been possible without DePaco Credit Union.
Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the third, but we will see a new pitcher on the mound for the Audubon Wheelers. As into pitch looks to be I'm on the Carroll side, number 9, that is Aaron Olson.
Yep.
Into pitch for the Audubon Wheelers.
And I wondered with the postseason starting if we would see, Gavin Larson, who's really their number 1, if we'd see him very long. And Coach Wilder, this is a non-conference game. Brackets are already out. You always want to play to win every game, but that game Saturday probably means a little bit more than this one here.
Yeah, winner go home Saturday for the Wheelers. It's top of the order. Stone Siebenthaler steps in. 256 hitters. That one's to be taken low for a ball. 2-1 your score. Both teams still looking for their first hit of the game. Gavin Larson pitched 2 no-hit innings. Olson's second pitch taken outside. It will be called a strike. Those that caught that up the corner of the strike zone. 1-1 the count as the next pitch is on the way. Taking a nice breaking ball. Caught at bottom of the strike zone. 1-2 the count.
Trying to look out there. It looks like Hansen's maybe moved over to third and Larson out to first base here.
So the next pitch is going to be fouled off.
It's one tough thing about baseball sometimes. They don't always announce what the changes are, and when you get to be my age, it's hard to see that far out onto the field sometimes.
1-2 the count as Siebenthaler drives that one out to the third baseman. Schultes picks it up on the scoop, and we'll have a nice throw over to first base, and that'll be the first down in the inning. 5-3 on the put out.
And I did catch the number. That is Adam Obrecht. over there at third now, so that's one of the changes that they have made. Colton Hansen still on at first, so I got to try and figure out where Larson has disappeared to.
I wonder if Larson went into DH and Schultes moved over to. Schultes probably moved over to short.
Over to short, yep.
Tate Sleichman steps in. So he gets jammed on a fastball, but fouls it off. One gone here in the inning for the Tigers. Sleichman, a .342 hitter. A really nice surprise this season so far, the Tigers. He struggled last year to hit the ball. Now hitting well over 300.
And I think's had a nice year out in left field, too.
Played center field primarily last year for Carroll.
Yep.
Another good breaking ball there by Olsen. That one looked like it was going to jam the hitter. Came back in, just caught that inside portion of the strike zone. 0-2 the count now. One gone here in the inning for Carroll. Sleichman has to battle that one off, and him swinging at that one is a result of the last pitch and the pitch that got Stone as well.
Well, and if you're Olsen, you saw that inside breaking ball worked for a strike the pitch before, so you went right back to the same thing.
Sleichman grounds that one out to the shortstop. Schultes fields it cleanly, but the throw is going to be high. Sleichman will get second on the error.
Yeah, that one just completely sailed on him. Had him over at first. So first error defensively against the Wheelers here tonight, but again did have a drop third strike that led to 2 runs. And I was telling you during the break, we've had 3 runs scored in this game so far. None of them have been earned to this point in the game.
Olsen, the right-handed pitcher, comes set on the hill as Chase Regallard steps in. Regallard fouls that one off.
The old saying is you wonder why coaches get gray.
Chase, a .375 hitter on the season, came around to score his first time up. Again, reached on a drop third strike and then got to second on a wild pitch and then came in to score on a wild pitch. So Regallard drives that one out to center field. Center fielder having to race in, makes the catch. Sleichman gets back to the bag.
And that was a nice piece of pitching from Olsen. Jammed him, because Regaller's one of those kids, if he can get those arms extended, he's got some really good power. But I don't know if you caught it on that swing. Those hands were still way inside, and he got the head of the bat on it, but without any extension. Just didn't have the power to drive that ball.
2 gone in the inning now as Essig steps in. Essig also came around to score. Set by a pitch his last time up. So he pops that one up on the infield. Wessel drifts over. He will make the catch for the last out in the inning. Tigers get no runs, but get a runner on an error. We go to the top of the 4th. 2-1 still your score here on 93.7 KKRL. We'll be back in 1 minute.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Wheelers come to the plate as Schultes steps in. Schultes, a .328 hitter on the season. Still 2-1 your score. Carroll on at top. Both teams still looking for their first hit in this game as well. Siebenaller back out on the mound for the Tigers. His pitch is going to be driven out to Schweitzer at short. Schweitzer fields it clean. Makes a nice throw over to first base for the first out here in the inning.
And that's the Draylen Schweitzer we're used to seeing out there. Just smooth, knew that he didn't have to hurry it, even though Schultes runs well, and just did a nice job out there defensively. Probably one of the better defensive plays, just as far as routine that we've seen tonight.
1 gone in the inning. Jay Remsburg steps in. Siebenaller's pitch taken outside for a ball. Remsburg reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. Top of the 4th, Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman with you here. Remsburg fouls that one straight up.
Hit him in the batter's box, I think.
Looked like it went off his foot.
Yep. Sometimes tough for that home plate umpire to see. I remember I was doing a softball game up in Lytton this year, and I thought it hit the batter, and I mentioned that, and the home plate umpire called time and went on and asked the field umpire because he wasn't for sure. I didn't mean for a timeout to be called.
Remsburg grounds out to the first baseman. That's going to be a 3 unassisted for the second out in the inning.
ESAC softball up right now 6-2 in their game tonight against Pocahontas area. The baseball team, last I knew, was down at 4-0. Both of them playing against Pocahontas tonight.
Yeah, softball playoffs coming up quick as well. Friday, a lot of the teams will be in action. So I got ESAC and South Central Calhoun.
Yep, up there in beautiful Wall Lake, Iowa.
Yeah.
Have you been to the field up there
yet?
I
have not, nope.
I'll have to tell you where it's at.
1-0 the count is Siebenthaler's next pitch taken low for a ball. 2 gone here in the inning. Tigers still hold a 2-1 lead.
I'll be here for the Carroll and Kemper game on Friday night. Will join me as he's going to be running our video that night.
Nods his head yes.
Yeah.
2-1 the count now. Tigers scored 2 in the first inning. Wheeler's able to get 1 in the top of the third. Game's gone by quick. Both good pitching by both teams so far. You mentioned that in the pregame show as Siebenthaler works the count. 3-1 now. 2 gone in the inning. Eli Jorgensen, the hitter, the DH today. 250 on the season. As that pitch is taken outside. Will be ball 4 as Jorgensen gets on base.
And you can tell the difference defensively in the just being used to this field. The middle infielders for Carroll are deep. When you look at the middle infielders for Audubon when they're out there, they're playing really shallow because they're not used to this grass field, and then they play on grass field infield as well, but this one a little bit different.
Olbrich fouls that one off. Looked like he was late on the swing.
Right now, shadow's pretty much over most of the field as the sun's kind of went behind a cloud a little bit. And I was going to mention this earlier. You get a little bit of a sunshine and a ray kind of coming in between the pitcher's mound and home plate.
As that one's driven out to the outfield, Sliceman comes in and makes a running catch. A nice catch there by Tate Sliceman ends the inning for the Tigers. They come to bat in the bottom of the fourth. They still hold a 2-1 lead. We'll be right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Carroll will send Ryan North, Jake Jorgensen, and Cooper Ludwig to the plate as they're going to look to extend their lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Both teams still looking for their first hit so far in the game. We've seen great pitching so far, and I have to give Will credit. Will made a good call when we were in break there. He said both teams are playing sloppy, but it's not affecting the game much as we're still 2-1 here as North pops that one up, a long run, and that will drop in for the first hit of the game.
And leave it to a guy who's done a nice job of putting the bat on the ball this year, and Ryan North to get that first hit here of the game.
And North only struck out 9 times in the season, but has worked more walks than he has struck out. He did that last year, and when he saw his first varsity time as well.
Yeah, he's a kid that's going to work hard. No matter what he's playing, he's always going to work hard, and he did that in the offseason and is putting together a pretty nice season.
North on at first base as Jorgensen steps in. Jorgensen squares around to bunt, lays down a bunt. A nice bunt by Jorgensen. Gets the runner over and does exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah, well played and well executed at sack bunt. And when you're struggling to score and even struggling at times to put the ball in play, there's nothing wrong with moving runners over. I mentioned something the other night over at the Boone game that I think Carroll had like 5 sacrifices the whole season going into that game. And I think that's one of those things when you're struggling to score sometimes. They only average 3.8 runs per game. Sometimes you get guys on base. You got to move them around to get them into scoring position.
And I think Jorgensen did a good job there of laying down the bunt, knowing that, I'm not bunting for a hit here. Yep. This is a sacrifice to get the runner over.
And here's even one where Ludwig needs to hit the ball to the right side, move that runner to third, even with a one out. You might be able to spray it and get a base hit, but hit that ball in behind that runner so that runner can move and get into further into scoring position.
Ludwig flew out the centers last time up as he lays down a bunt, gets that runner down to third base. Olsen double pumped the throw.
Was waiting for the first baseman, Hansen, to get back over to the bag and get turned around.
So another sacrifice bunt gets North down to third. 2 gone in the inning.
I grew up a National League fan with the Cincinnati Reds, and I know back in the 70s when I was a kid they hit a lot of home runs, but they also moved guys and played a lot of small ball, and that's kind of the way the National League played years ago, and nice to see the Tigers doing that here tonight.
Schweitzer steps in, worked a walk his last time up, a 179 hitter on the season. Olsen's pitch is going to catch the top portion of the strike zone for a strike.
And Olsen's really done a nice job since coming in, kind of settled this Audubon team down a little bit.
North on at third base. 2 gone in the inning, though, for the Tigers. So Schweitzer pops that one up. Hansen, the first baseman, working back in foul territory. It's going to drop. So new life here for Draylen Schweitzer as he comes in again, hitting 179 on the season, but does a nice job of putting the bat on the ball.
And that's a tough play for the first baseman. It's a long run for the right fielder. That's one where probably Wessel needs to try and get over there. It's a long run for him, but that's just a tough play for that first baseman, kind of looking back and trying to keep the ball without tripping over the bag.
Pitch on the way as Schweitzer fouls that one down the third base line, fielded in fair territory. As the throw will be in time. A good scoop there at first base by Hansen. That will do it for the Tigers. They get a runner down to third base, but they're unable to score him. Audubon comes to bat in the top of the 5th as they trail Carroll 2-1. Right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
The Wheelers will send the top of the order to the plate. Aaron Olsen, Evan Alt, Gavin Larson to bat here in the inning. Don't forget, following tonight's game, we'll also name our Motor Inn Player of the Game. It'll be posted on all of our Carroll Broadcasting social media platforms. Steven Aller back out on the mound. That pitch is going to be taken outside for a ball. Olsen, a 229 hitter, 227 hitter on the season. 0 for 2 on the night. Did reach base on an error, came around to score in the third inning. Olsen swings and misses at the second pitch, evens the count up at 1-1.
Like the breaking balls I've seen in the off-speed pitches here tonight from Siebenaller, and again, continues to move that ball around a little bit.
Pitch number 3 is taken for a strike as Olsen swung and missed at that one. Siebenaller, five strikeouts so far on the game, only worked 1 walk. He's done a nice job of pitching strikes today so far as the 1-2 is on the way. Olsen's going to go down on strikes. We've noticed that three times so far today that Audubon hitters have been called out on a strike that's on the outer portion of the plate.
Yeah, and I see it's almost becoming an epidemic in high school sports right now, those looking third strikes. Anything that's close, you're not looking for a pitch to drive somewhere. You foul those pitches off and give yourself another chance.
Evan Alt looks at the first strike as the count runs 0-1. 1 gone here in the inning. Tigers still hold a 2-1 lead over Audubon. Siebenaller's 0-1 is popped up, but it will go foul. Regaler trying to chase after that one, unable to get to it. So 2 strikes now here on Alt. A .290 hitter walked back in the first inning, stranded at third, and then popped up to the first baseman his last time up back in the third inning.
Just jammed him. I'd come with something that starts in the middle and have that thing break away from him, see if you can't get him cutting and missing.
And he does just that for his second strikeout in the inning. I think that Tiger pitching and the coaching staff is starting to see that Hayes calling that on that outer portion of the plate so far for a third strike. So let's keep living out there until the Wheelers can get their bat on the ball and start driving it out to right field.
Yeah, we've had a big strike zone tonight, and I like that. I know Mark Fieldmeyer and I go round and round about that a few years ago, but, I've always enjoyed at the high school level making the kids swing a little bit.
Gavin Larson steps in, .319 hitter on the season.
And Mark, if you're listening, I always enjoy our conversations.
Larson swings and misses at the second pitch. 1-1 the count. Two gone here in the inning. Nobody on base for the Wheelers. Larson has reached base both times, though, via error, so that one just misses inside for a ball. 2-1 the count now.
And the Wheelers have left somebody on base in every inning, the first 4 innings, so we'll see if the Tigers can get them down in order here in this 5th.
The 2-1 on the way, taken outside for a ball. 3-1 the count now. Schweitzer up to 7 strikeouts on the game, 2 walks. He has not hit a batter yet. 3-1 the count now as Larson tries that one
just
down.
Foul.
He had one earlier in his last at bat that just missed down the right field line as well. So 2 close calls for Gavin Larson at the plate, but runs the count full now with 2 outs.
Yeah, hit a shot that time right down the line. There was no way Lou was going to get to it, but it was just foul.
So that one's going to be popped up on the infield. Schweitzer plays it off about, and the throw will be in plenty of time as that will do it. Wheelers go in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-1. Right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
1-2 to the bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Already the bottom of the 5th. Game started at 7:30. We're only an hour through so far. Good pitching from both teams. Voigt steps in. 0 for 1 on the night. Struck out back in the second inning. So that ball's taken outside. 1-0 the count. Against Stone Siebenthaler, Tate Sleichman to follow.
Carroll's only had the leadoff runner on once so far tonight.
Voigt swings and misses at the second pitch. Evens the count up at 1-1.
And he looked like he was trying to drive that one somewhere because he about fell out of the batter's box on that swing.
A little early on his swing. Solson follows the pitch up with the ball outside. Breaking ball that didn't quite break back in time. 2-1 the count. Tigers hold a 2-1 lead. Ryan North with the lone hit of the game. As Voigt drives that one out to center field. Center fielder comes in and lets it drop. So Voigt with the base hit.
And that's one that sometimes those balls that come right at you are the hardest ones to be able to judge. And I wonder if Evan Alt picked that one up right away because that looked like a playable ball. But if you don't see that right away, that's a hard play to make.
Voigt on at first base. Stone Siebenthaler steps in, the pitcher of tonight's game.
ESAC up 4-0 after 5 in baseball tonight against Pocahontas. Thanks to Dale Wagner for all those updates.
Be a good win for ESAC if they can get it, as Voigt's going to be picked off on a rundown, but he's going to get to second in time. The second baseman wasn't covering on the They had him picked off. Second baseman wasn't covering, and a nice job of Voigt to realize that and just run straight through the bag.
Yeah, and that time as the pitcher for Olson, you see the guy go. He turns and threw it behind the runner. That's one where you step off and you run towards him, and then you get him in the rundown.
Siebenthaler takes a strike to count 0-1. Voigt on at second base, the runner in scoring position. Siebenthaler, a .256 hitter on the season.
And this would be in a big insurance run for Carroll here late in this game if they could get one here, especially with nobody out.
Ball misses high, 1-1 the count. Siebenthaler not a ton of RBIs on the season, does a good job of hitting out of the leadoff spot. For Tiger lineups, that's changed a lot so far this year. Siebenthaler has been consistently at the top of the order. As he gets hit by the pitch, he'll get first base.
Second hit by pitch here tonight for Audubon pitching. As Larson hit Carter Essick back in the first inning.
Tate Sleichman steps in. Probably been Carroll's best hitter so far this year. Leads the team in hits. Two runners on. Nobody gone here in the inning.
Looking for that first hit for him here tonight.
Sleichman fouls that one straight back. And if you're Audubon, you have no outs. You just don't want to give up a big inning.
Yes. Yep, you want to keep this to a minimum. If you can hold them scoreless, great, but you don't want to give up more than maybe more than one, especially considering you're still looking for that first offensive hit.
Sleichman pops that one up to center field. All ranges in, and he makes the catch. Both runners will hold at first and second.
It's just a part of the order if you're Carroll, though, where you need to take advantage of getting those first two guys on.
Galler drove one his last time up, but flew out to center field. He comes in a .375 hitter on the season. Came around to score in the first inning.
And Casey, just so everybody knows, our All Rewind Summer Baseball Softball festivities for the KCIM show will be held. Rewind show is going to be coming up Thursday, July 11th.
Galler flies out to center field again.
Or Thursday, I should say, July the 13th.
Two gone now in the inning.
Posted details. We'll post the kids and coaches invited coming up on Friday. We're going to have our little meeting with all of us coming up Thursday night to kind of finalize that list.
I've got my list made. How about you?
I've got my list made up. I might tweak it a little bit tonight because I made mine Sunday, so there might be a couple of kids added.
Two gone in the inning. Carter Essick steps to the plate, a .353 hitter on the season. Came around to score back in the first inning, was hit by a pitch his first time up. 1-0 the count, two gone, runner in scoring position. Also on first base as the pitch gets by Cooper Nielsen behind the plate. Both runners will advance on the wild pitch. Now two runners in scoring position for Carroll.
And if you're Audubon right now, if you can get out of this without any damage done, that would be absolutely huge. And if you're Carroll, it'd be disappointing if you don't score. Here's something in this inning.
And Carroll got a runner to third last inning as well, was unable to score him. Got a runner to second in the third, unable to score him. Also got a runner to second in the second inning and unable to score. So multiple runners left on base tonight by both teams as well.
Yeah, Tigers have left 3 on so far. For Audubon, they have left 5 on so far here in the game.
As that one misses in the dirt, and looks like Voigt's going to come in to score for the Tigers. Olsen short-armed that one and landed in front of the plate, and Cooper Nielsen was unable to scoop it. So another run comes to score on a wild pitch. All 3 runs for the Tigers have came around to score on wild pitches, and then no earned runs so far in this game.
That one actually technically is earned. So we haven't had any errors in that inning, and a pass ball wild pitch is considered an earned run.
Wessick pops that one up and just over the pitcher's head. It's going to be a tough play, and Essick's going to reach on an infield single, but we'll get second on an error. So the Tigers get 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Third hit of the game.
Yeah, Essick with an infield single, but gets second base on the error. Ryan North steps in, a .257 hitter. Singled his last time up, was stranded at third. Carroll with a 4-1 lead. Carroll up to 3 hits on the night now. Audubon still looking for their first. Combined 6 errors so far in this game through 4 2/3 innings.
And the good thing for the Tigers tonight is Audubon's only got 2 errors. They've made some mental mistakes that didn't come in as errors, but Carroll has done a nice job tonight of really taking advantage of most of those.
That one gets past Nielsen again as Essick is going to come around. He's going to break for home. We're going to have a play at the plate. And Essex going to
he's under
the tag. My bad.
Yep, under the tag. The tag came in high. Yeah, he was under the tag. They had him, but he was under the tag.
Olsen talking to the ump a little bit. The ump had a good view on the play.
Yep, they had him, but he slid in, did a nice job sliding under the tag. I was just about ready to say that it was probably not a wise choice to have him try to score on that, but he got underneath the tag.
Tigers aggressive here so far in the bottom of the fifth. They hold a 5-1 lead now over Audubon. Ryan North grounds it to the shortstop. Schultes fields it cleanly. His throw over to first will be in time, and that'll do it here in the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth. Carroll gets 3 more. They lead 5-1 over Audubon. We'll be right back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
The plate, Cooper Nielsen, Carson Wessel, and a Brody Schultes. Carroll able to get 3 runs there in the bottom of the fifth to extend their lead to 5-1. Stone Siebenthaler back out on the mound for Carroll. Nielsen 0 for 2 on the night, struck out looking in the first, reach on a fielder's choice in third, was able to get to second base on a stolen base. Siebenthaler's pitch is going to miss low for a ball.
It seems so quiet around here without the softball game going on next door. I know there's some stuff going on the slow pitch fields up top, but without a high school softball game next door, it just seems really quiet here tonight.
Siebenthaler fires back with a strike. 1-1 the count now. Nobody on, nobody out for the Wheelers. So they do trail Carroll 5-1 here, top of the sixth inning. That one's going to be fouled off. Lou gets a good chase on it, but unable to make the play as count runs to 1-2 now.
And both teams have done a nice job of really pitching inside. You see teams with the way people hug the plate anymore, afraid to go inside. But neither one of these, pitching departments and pitching rotations tonight have been afraid to go inside.
Nielsen swings and misses, but it gets in the dirt as Ludwig fires 1-2 the first baseman, and that will be in time. Strikeout number 8 for Stone Siebenthaler in this game.
And a lot of those coming here in the last couple of innings. 3 out of the last 4 batters.
Carson Wessel steps in, a .273 hitter, 0 for 2 on the night for him. So he fouls that one out. He's going to get into the parking lot.
Seems like he's gotten stronger as this game has gone on.
Yeah, Carroll in a good position. They can throw Siebenthaler as long as they want. Next game coming up tomorrow. They're going to be on the road at Ballard.
And then they have Kemper here on Friday night, and then off until next week for Audubon. Again, last game of the regular season. They'll head up to play at Alta Aurelia Saturday night in the opening round of the Class 1A playoffs.
Wessel takes a strike. 1-2 the count now. 1 out here in the inning. We are in the top of the sixth here on 93.7 KKRL. Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Wessel goes down on strikes. 4 strikeouts out of the last 5 batters for Stone Siebenthaler.
Wheelers came in averaging just over 4 runs per game, giving up 8. So they're a little below their scoring average right now. Carroll getting closer to what they give up. The Tigers average just 3.8, so they're already over their scoring average, but giving up 8.3. But that Racket River Conference, as everybody knows that's around it, is really, really strong, especially at the top.
Schultes grounds out to the second baseman as Mason Vogt makes a nice play, but they're going to call him safe at first base. That's a tough play for the second baseman, especially on a left-handed hitter that was hit towards the second base bag.
Yep. And nothing like hustling out an infield single to break up the no-hitter. Yep. Didn't want to mention that the Stone had a no-hitter going at this point, but give the freshman a lot of credit. You're down 5-1. You're in the sixth inning. Just a slow roller out to the second baseman. Not everybody hustles that play out, but he did.
Jay Remsburg steps in now, a .286 hitter on the season. 0 for 2 on the night again. Siebenthaler went 5 2/3 innings, no hit here today for the Tigers. As that ball misses high. 2-0 the count now. 2 gone in the inning. You always know the kids out there know that it's happening. You don't want to say it, so let's see if Siebenthaler can kind of calm down a little bit. Get this batter out as he comes back with a strike. 2-1 the count.
It's always interesting to find out, do they talk to him in the dugout in between innings, or do they kind of shy away like they do in the majors a lot of times?
Siebenthaler's 2-1 on the way, taking low in the dirt for a ball. Again, we'll talk with both coaches and a player coming up in the post-game show as well. Name our Motor Inn player of the game. 3-1 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Runner on first base for the Wheelers. They've had somebody on every inning but the fifth. As that one will miss for a ball. As Remsburg gets first on the base on balls.
And you wonder if they get another base runner on here, if coach will go out just to have that conversation. Gave up the no-hitter here a moment ago, now walks the guy in 5 pitches. You know, if he gives up another base runner, I don't think they take him out, anything like that, but you go out and try and settle him down just a little bit.
Eli Jorgensen steps in. 0 for 1 on the night, walked back in the fourth. Flew out to the, popped up to the shortstop his last time up as that one's fouled back. And it seems like this Carroll defense as well has calmed down a little bit at the beginning of the game.
Yep. Yeah, had 4 errors, I think, within the first 2 or 3 innings, and have played much better since then. Audubon guaranteed KC to get the heart of their order up at least one more time in this game.
5-1 still your score as Stone Siebenthaler works an 0-2 count. Runner in scoring position also at first base for the Wheelers. Jorgensen fouls that one off.
Nice piece of hitting that time. That was a nice looking pitch from Siebenthaler, and just battled it and chopped it foul up the first base side just to stay alive. And Casey, it looks to me, I think I see some of the Carroll softball team sitting out in the bleachers up the third base side. No game for them tonight, so they're here cheering on the baseball team.
They will play tomorrow night, though.
Yep, they play Ballard. Not many nights where you see where one of the two teams isn't playing, where they can go cheer on their classmates and everything else. So nice to see when they get a night off from having to play, they're back out at the baseball field here cheering on the guys tonight.
Jorgensen fouls another one off. Comes set in the box. Almost offers at that one in the dirt, but will be a ball. Runs the count 1-2. 2 gone here in the inning still. Runner on second base and first for the Wheelers.
I try a fastball up top here, see if you can't get him to chase something.
Siebenthaler's pitch on the way popped up and will be fouled off. It was high.
Looked like a off-speed pitch though, rather than the high heat. I'd still come back high, and I'd try that fastball and maybe try to get him up and in and get him to chase something.
Bottom of the order, Adam Obrick to follow. They can get to him with 2 outs here in the inning.
Hopefully someday we'll get a pitch count clock or board out there, because those are always nice.
Siebenthaler's got to be working. He hasn't had, with Audubon getting runners on base, he's got to be getting pretty close to the pitch limit. 1-2 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the sixth as that one's driven out to center field. Jorgensen backs up a little bit, still backing, but makes the catch, and that will do it for the Wheelers. They break up the no-hitter but don't score as they get 2 runners on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Tigers hold a 5-1 lead over Audubon. We'll back in 1 minute here on 93.7 KKRL.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
Your score is, looks like we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Audubon Wheelers. On the mound for Audubon is number 12. That is Carson Mike.
Yep.
He's been one of Audubon's better pitchers so far this year as well. 5-1 your score. Jorgensen into the bat for the Tigers. Jorgensen, Cooper Ludwig, and then Draylen Schweitzer to follow.
Audubon needs to shut Carroll down here, give themselves some kind of a chance going into that top of the 7th.
2-0 the count. Jorgensen so far on the night. Had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Then grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. As Jorgensen grounds that one to the third baseman. They said throw was high, but they're going to say he came back out on time as Jorgensen will ground out for the first out of the inning.
Hansen's had some nice plays defensively over there at first. Always hasn't had good throws, but he's had some nice digs. He's had some nice plays over there at first base here tonight.
Ludwig steps in now. Ludwig a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Flew out to center field back in the second inning. Ludwig almost hit by the pitch. Ducks out of the way. 1-0 the count. One gone here. Nobody on for the Tigers. Carroll holds a 5-1 lead. 3 hits so far in the night for him. Audubon with 1.
Ludwig maybe made one of the plays of the season maybe for the Tigers the other night over at Boone. Little bunt up the first base side. Dove and caught it with a runner at first. The runner took off. He was able to double him up to get him out of the inning the other night, and that kept them in the lead late in the ballgame.
Ludwig swings and misses at the 2-0 pitch. 2-1 the count now.
Yeah, had to sprint up the first base line about 4 or 5 steps and then completely laid out. And you could tell he was a wrestler because he did the Granby roll after catching it. He did the Granby roll and got right back to his feet to make the throw.
Cooper, a really good football player and wrestler for the Tigers.
If that would have been me, I'd have still been laying on the ground trying to throw it from the ground. But he caught it and somehow tucked and rolled and was right back on his feet.
I almost bet you Coach Noggle was
He was really,
that,
really happy, yes.
2-2 the count. They're going to say that went off the bat.
And if Audubon don't, there we go.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
rolling down
the ball was rolling
line.
down the first base line, but it was starting to roll back towards fair territory. And if they didn't get to it before it rolled into fair territory, he was going to beat that out for a base hit. Yeah, Ludwig was our all-rewind wrestler of the year for boys this last wrestling season, and just a junior, so he'll look to maybe earn that honor and get back down to the state wrestling tournament again this year.
He just missed out on a state finish last year
Yes.
as well. It was a match short. 2-2 the count now. Pitch on the way. As Ludwig will go down for strikes.
And that's just the third strikeout tonight for Carroll batters. So they've done a nice job tonight of being aggressive at the plate and working themselves walks when they need to, but spraying the ball around the field here against this Audubon pitching staff here tonight.
Schweitzer steps in, a 179 hitter on the season. 0 for 1 on the night, walked back in the second, grounded out to the third baseman his last time up in the fourth.
16 walks for him this year.
Good breaking ball there by Mike as he gets back in.
With Mike and Larson, you got a really nice 1-2 punch here for Audubon, and then I was impressed with what Olsen did tonight coming in.
The 0-1 on the way. Schweitzer swings and misses, 0-2 the count now. 2 gone in the inning for the Tigers. Tigers yet to go 1-2-3 so far in today's game.
And Larson being a senior, that means that Mike and and Olson going to have to be the two horses for them next season.
This is a young Audubon team.
It is.
That one's grounded out to the shortstop. Schultes bobbles it. Throw will not be in time as its highest. Schweitzer will reach on the air, and he's going to get to second on an additional error.
And that's one of those situations, young guy trying to make a play. Sometimes it's easiest just to swallow the ball and not make that throw. Probably wasn't going to get him, so then Carroll would have a runner at first, but now you have the error, and he moves up to second.
Bottom of the order, Mason Voigt steps in. Singled his last time up.
And I'll guarantee you next year, Brody probably won't be making those mistakes. He's a talented kid. He's going to work hard. Comes from a really, really athletic family.
Mike's pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count. Runner on second base for the Tigers as they're going to look to extend their lead 5-1 here over Audubon.
Do want to thank Western Iowa Networks, too, for providing our internet for us here tonight, allow us to run the studio and also run our video all from the stadium here tonight. So we wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for Western Iowa Networks. I have their Wi-Fi at home, and I beat it up pretty hard with all the things I do, you know, in the office that I build at my place with all the video I do and everything there, and it never seems to slow down. So
1-1 the count as Voigt steps back in the box. That pitch is going to miss high for a ball. 2-1 now, 2 gone here in the inning.
And for as nice as that strike zone's been out all game, I'm wondering where that one missed. It looked like a nice pitch. Mike's got a lot of movement on that breaking ball the way it looks.
Only a sophomore. 3-1 the count now. Schultes working Schweitzer on at second base. That one's going to miss outside. Voigt gets on via the walk.
They've only got 3 walks for Carroll tonight, so Audubon's pitching's done a nice job of being around. We talked about it. You mentioned it in the pregame. Good pitching. We've had pitchers throwing strikes here tonight for the most part.
Stone Siebenthaler steps in for his 4th time, over 2 on the night. Was hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning. Flew out to right and then grounded out to the third baseman his other 2 times up. 1-0 the count, 2 out. Schweitzer still on second base. Siebenthaler, 256 hitter. As that one's going to be popped up on the infield. Wessel makes the catch, and that will do it for the inning. Tigers unable to add a couple more, but we go to the top of the 7th. Wheelers need a couple runs right here on 93.7 KKRL. Right back in 1 minute.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odenbolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumber yard.
Audubon needs 4 as we go to the top of the 7th here on 93.7 KKRL. Casey Miners, Jeff Blankman with you. Also a video broadcast of tonight's game as well on our YouTube channel, CB Sports and Network on YouTube. Powered by New Way Ford there in Coon Rapids.
And ICAM Manning falling tonight to Maple Valley Anthony Charter Oak Ute in baseball 6-4. That final score as the Wolves begin to wind down their regular season, getting ready for their postseason game Saturday down at Elkhorn. Desire Elkhorn Kimball, then they'll take on Glidden Ralston, matchup of 2 of our local schools in that first round.
Carson Mike in to hit for Adam Obrick. Mike takes a first pitch strike as Siebenthaler's back out on the mound. Siebenthaler's second pitches misses outside. 1-1 the count now. And a bunch of area teams starting softball playoffs coming up on Friday.
Yep, baseball on Saturday. It's going to be amazing that pretty much really busy next week Wednesday, Thursday, Friday after the holidays. And then, all of the sub-state stuff and regional finals are pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday of the week after that. So it's really boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden it's like you have state tournament.
Yeah, and state baseball back here in Carroll. We'll have all your coverage again for that, hopefully.
Yeah. Any local teams make it, we will be here to broadcast those. And last year, Tyler and I were here for every game and wrote recap stories, literally posted within about 15 minutes at the end of each game. We had recap stories posted for everybody. And you can find those on the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network YouTube channel. 10 strikeouts now in the night for Siebenthaler.
9 I have. I might have missed one, though.
Let me count here real quick.
Mike goes down on strikes. 1 out here in the inning.
That was number 10.
Olson fouls that one off. 10 strikeouts for Siebenthaler so far.
And I know both coaches and a player from each team expected to come up and join us here in the Mackey Motors post-game shows. You can find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Siebenthaler's next pitch misses high for a ball. 1-1 to count. 1 gone here in the inning. Audubon still needs 4 runs to extend it to the bottom of the 7th.
ESAC softball down now 13-7 to Pocahontas area.
Olson with a nice hit down the line. They're going to say just foul. It's 3 times now Audubon hitters have tried to attack that line where it's been just a foul.
Yep. And I don't mean to laugh. I laugh because it's so tough for them to have. They've had probably 3 doubles that literally were within an inch or two of being a fair ball.
Olson 0 for 3 on the night. Struck out in the first, reach on an error in the third, then struck out in the 5th. Siebenthaler comes set on the mound. His pitch on the way gets past Ludwig behind the plate. 2-2 the count. Nobody on for the Wheelers. 1 gone in the inning. Evan Alt, Gavin Larson to follow if they can get to him. Siebenthaler's pitch is going to be taken for a strike. Strikeout number 11. He's really picked up the strikeout total as we've mentioned.
And I don't know, I haven't thought and finished my Motor Inn player of the game, but Stone Siebenthaler is certainly a guy that's going to have to be in that conversation.
Yeah, making a great case. He's making it a little bit easier for us to make that case tonight.
Yeah. Middle of the 5th inning in that softball game right now with ESAC County.
Evan Alt steps in, a 290 hitter, swings and misses at the first pitch. Walked his first time up. Flute popped up to the first baseman and then struck out back in the 5th. 0-1 the count. Siebenthaler works again. Pitch just misses outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. 2 gone in the inning. Nobody on for Audubon. Carroll up 5-1 here at Merchants Park. A battle of 2 area teams. Siebenthaler's pitch misses low. Alt up in the count now. 2-1. Again, our post-game show coming up tonight following tonight's game. As all grounds that one to the third baseman. Regallard tries to scoop it. The throw will not be in time as Alt will get on via the error. The 5th error tonight for the Tigers.
And that's... Go ahead.
I said luckily that those errors haven't came back to bite Carroll as bad as they might have as Coach Young comes out on the mound, and it looks like that might be Siebenthaler's night. So we'll have a pitching change on the mound. We'll go ahead, step away, take 2 minutes, right back with the rest of the 7th inning here on 93.7 KKRL.
From the minute you...
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Audubon, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Able to load the bases as we were away at a commercial break. Gavin Larson was hit by a pitch, and then Cooper Nielsen singles up the middle to load the bases for the Wheelers with 2 outs here. No quit for Audubon here in the top of the 7th.
And Brody Bean back on the run for Cooper Nielsen out at first base.
Siebenthaler does leave, though, as Mason Voigt is in to pitch as he hits another batter. So that'll bring a run in for the Wheelers.
And the tying run now is up at first base. So this game not over yet. Base hit here, and all of a sudden things get really interesting.
And Coach Young comes out to make a quick talk as since Mason Voigt's come in, he's hit 2 batters, then walked one as well. Or excuse me, gave up a single, and I think we're going to get another pitching change here as Coach Young walks Mason Voigt away. Looks like Chase Regaller going to come in to pitch next. And Voigt's got to be disappointed with what he did, but Coach Young's got to play to win, and I understand the call.
Yeah, don't want to let things slip away here. You're an out away.
And that tying run will be up at first base. Chase Regaller into pitch. Looks like Mason Voigt's going to go back to second base.
And this whole thing started, we talked about it, that was a tough play for Chase. It's one of those in-between hops that he had over there at third that kind of got this rally started here. It was an error on that Evan Alt ball, but that was one of those where that's a high chopper, and you try to come in and get it before it gets to that short hop, and he wasn't able to, and that made it a tough play for him. But give Audubon a lot of credit here. A young team, we mentioned that earlier. You're down 5-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. You're an out away from another loss, and they haven't quit yet here. So that says a lot about the character of this team and the character of that coaching staff and what they've instilled in this young group.
So Voigt goes out to second. Siebenthaler will slide over to third. Regaller in to pitch for the Tigers. Looking to get his second save of the season. Brody Schultes, the freshman, steps in. 1 for 3 on the night. Singled his last time up in the 6th. 7th hitter to come to the plate for the Wheelers here in the top of the 7th. Regaller's first pitch is in there for a strike. Tying run up to the plate. Or excuse me, the tying run is at first base. Schultes, the go-ahead run at home plate. 0-1 the counters. Regaller's 0-1 pitch is on the way. And it's going to be singled out to left field. 1 run's going to come in to score.
A little seeing eye single there between at third and at shortstop by Schultes, and a really nice piece of hit, and took an inside pitch and took it off the fist, but was able to hit it on the ground just hard enough to squeeze it out into left field. And all of a sudden, we've got a 5-3 game. Tying run sitting out at second base with Jay Remsburg stepping to the plate.
Now, last run was awarded to Voigt as he loaded the bases before he left. 2 on here in the inning as Jay Remsburg swings and misses at the Regaller pitch.
And Remsburg with a double so far this year. Only 2 RBI coming into tonight, so not one of the guys that typically drives in a lot of runs for the Wheelers.
He is a well over 200 hitter as well this season, as that one's going to be popped up.
Playable for Ludwig.
Don't want him to run. It's the one thing you worry about. You don't want a kid to run into the backstop back here.
Well, and you know Cooper, he's not going to stop until he runs into the wall. I've said before that he's one of those guys that won't ask you how hard to run into the wall. He's just going to run into the wall at full speed every time.
0-2 the count now, 2 outs. Bases juiced here for the Wheelers. Tying run at second base.
He took a foul ball the other night off of the head, and when Coach walked out there, he goes, "I'm fine. I got iron. It's iron," and he was pointing at his forehead.
Regaler's pitch misses outside as the runner breaks for home. Regaler's covering. Throw not in time as it's up the third base line. Wheelers now within 1 run as Nielsen comes to score on the wild pitch.
And now the lead run is sitting out at second base. So a base hit here could put the Wheelers in first or in front here. So things getting really interesting here in this 7th inning of play. And Audubon 4 runs tonight, none of them earned.
5-4 your score. Galler comes set on the hill. His 1-2 pitch on the way, taken high for a ball. Evens the count up at 2-2. Again, 2 outs in the inning. 3 runs across here in the top of the 7th for Audubon. Go-ahead run at second base, tying run at third. Remsburg 0 for 2 on the night. Did walk his last time up, though, back in the 6th. Galler misses inside, runs the count full at 3-2. Runners will not be on the move. There's not a runner on first base.
And the outfield playing very, very shallow right now, so anything deep in the outfield is easily going to score 2 with the runners going.
And that will do it here. Tigers pick up a win as Jay Remsburg goes down on strikes. 5-4 win for Carroll. Will go ahead, step away, go to the Mackey Motors post-game show here on 93.7 KKRL. Right back in 3 minutes.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding community.
Vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your new way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Tigers pick up a 5-4 win here on 93.7 KKRL tonight over the Audubon Wheelers. And it was a good game, a good pitching matchup for Carroll. Siebenaller went 5 2/3, no hit. Didn't want to say anything. He pitched really well, struck out 11. And we talked about it. Well, we were going to see good pitching. Audubon pulled Gavin Larson, but then Aaron Olson came in and pitched well, and so did Carson Mike as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And for them, I think they were able to save some guys that they could use again on Saturday. For Carroll, I think they're okay just getting out of here with the win. I think they're going to be a little disappointed they had a chance to kind of put this one away and maybe get a little bit of a more comfortable win here tonight. But got to be really happy with what they saw out of Stone Siebenaller. I think when you look at the air numbers for both of these teams, it's late in the season. We're getting into the postseason for Audubon. Next week, Carroll starts their postseason run. But got to get those defenses fixed. Both of these teams have got to get those defenses fixed because it don't matter if you get really good pitching if the defense doesn't back them up.
And you wonder if it's just fatigue, because for Carroll, they've played a lot of games. Like the last 2 weeks.
Haven't had a practice since June 9th.
Yeah. So they're in the middle of a long stretch of the portion of the season. So, maybe some fatigue for the Tigers. And, both teams came in under 500 of the season, but we saw a great ball game tonight. It was a little sloppy to start with, but then pitching really well. And Tigers do pick up a 5-4 win here tonight. For Carroll, they will be at tomorrow. They will have Ballard. And then they will. We didn't need to talk about it much, but we do know who they will play in the playoffs. They will travel up to Lewis Central. They're in 3A, Sub-State 8. And I'm joking with Coach Young. He didn't want to go up to Lewis Central, but I know he'll be more than willing to take on the challenge of trying to knock off Lewis Central.
Yeah, Lewis Central's been ranked number 2, I think, for about the last month in Class 3A. So it's not going to be an easy feat. But we saw it the other night over at Boone on Monday when this team goes out and plays the way they're capable of. Did have 4 errors that night, but they were able to not let those errors hurt them. And stuff. So they've still got a few things they need to clean up. But when this team goes out and plays where they're capable of playing, I think they've got a chance to go out and play with a lot of teams. And the thing I like about it is it's a young group, and they just seem to keep getting better, and there's no quit. Some of those younger guys, those freshmen, sophomores, they're starting to gain that confidence of what they're capable of doing.
As it looks like Coach Young and a player will join us in for the Mackey Motors post-game show here. We'll go ahead, step away, take 1 minute, right back with those player interviews for you here on 93.7 KKRL.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Over Audubon. Stone Siebenaller joining us here in the post-game show on the Mackey Motors post-game show. And Stone, a really good pitching performance from you tonight. We had you down for 11 strikeouts, 5 2/3 no-hit innings tonight. What was working for you out on the mound?
My fastball was really working. They were not really catching up to it, and I could get multiple strikeouts from them. And I've started throwing a slider, and it came in tonight for the first time and worked a lot.
And it looked like early in that game you were challenging hitters inside. Was that a focal point for you, and then it kind of worked a little bit outside, just mixing it up on where you were throwing that fastball?
Yeah, we realized at the beginning of the game the ump was giving a big zone, so we targeted the outsides and getting them to chase, getting them to get weak hits.
And talking about the scouting you guys had for Audubon, they came in a team that struck out a lot so far on this season. Was that something that you and the other coaches talked about, coming into tonight's game when you knew you were going to start?
Yeah, on our scouting report, we saw that they weren't the best hitting team, so we wanted to challenge them, throw a lot of strikes, not give them easy bases.
Then it wasn't such as great a night at the plate for you tonight. You got on base, it came around to score. What was the game plan at the plate when you knew that they were going to throw their best pitcher in Gavin Larson?
My game plan's the same basically every time. I mean, I'm trying to get on base as a leadoff, score runs, drive in RBIs. Yeah.
Well, we haven't named our Motor Inn player of the game yet, but it's pretty obvious. You made it easy for us tonight, Stone, so you're going to be the Motor Inn player of the game. You know, a great pitching performance from you tonight. You got Ballard tomorrow. What are you expecting, as it'll be the second time you get to play the Bombers?
The first time we saw they're a really good team, just like a lot of the other teams in our conference, and we just got to come and battle. I don't know who they're pitching yet, but everyone's got to go up to the plate with confidence. That's what we got to do. Come into every game, no matter what we're doing at the plate, in the field. We just got to have confidence and believe in ourselves.
Well, Stone, I want to thank you for joining us here on the post-game show.
Thank you.
That was Stone Siebenaller of Carroll High. Again, it went 6 innings, almost 6 2/3 innings tonight. It went 5 2/3 and no hit as Ryan Young steps up to the headphones. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight, a non-conference win, so it must feel nice to get out of that tough Raccoon River Conference for a night.
Yeah, you know, Raccoon River, there is no giving day. You got to give your hats off to Audubon, though. They played well. Right there at the end, they had go-ahead run at second base. But it's nice to get a non-conference win in a different competition that we don't normally see. So it's nice to play somebody new.
And I talked with Stone a little bit about what he was seeing on the mound. Coming into tonight, did you know that it could have been a pitching matchup for you guys in favor of you guys on the mound?
Yeah, we kind of looked at the stats and saw they had a lot of strikeouts. So we noticed they throw that fastball at them, go at them, attack them. We would have played a little better defense. We probably would have thrown a complete game, but you know we're kind of struggling on the defensive end and not being able to have practice. We haven't had practice since June 9th with our busy schedule here, so the games kind of are your practice. But yeah, I thought he did a good job of attacking like we wanted him to.
And let's talk about the defense a little bit. You guys did struggle at the beginning of the game, but I thought it was better as the game went on. You struggled last night as well on the defensive end. What are some things that you might work on going into tomorrow to help kind of tweak that defense a little bit when you have to face a good Ballard team?
You know, we just got to get some more ground ball reps and fly ball reps during batting practice. We really don't have time to. Scotty won't like us being on the field taking ground balls when he's got a game the next day. So that's hard when you play here. But we can certainly give the guys some extra fly balls or ground balls. Just, hey, look it in, see it. Concentrate and make the play. We got to communicate better too. A couple of times we had that one infield pop fly that nobody caught. All three of us were kind of just looking at each other, so just work on that communication with each other as well.
And the bottom of the inning, they had the go-ahead run at second base. You bring in Mason Voigt, struggled a little bit. And I noticed you were talking to him a little bit. What do you tell a kid like that comes out and struggled a little bit to keep his head up and continue to finish this game out?
Well, I told him, hey, that next ball's coming to you, so you better be ready to go. I know it's your senior night. It's probably not going the way you want it to go, but hey, we still, as a team, we want to get that W. So I said, keep your head up. The ball's coming to you. You got to make this play. Be a senior leader. So that's kind of what I said to him. And he kind of gave me a little smile. So that's kind of what you want. So
you guys do pick up the 5-4 win here tonight. Ballard tomorrow. You played them already once this year. What do you know about the Bombers going into tomorrow's matchup?
We're gonna have to pitch and play good defense and they're gonna be good. They're gonna throw strikes. We gotta be ready to hit the ball. They're a solid team. They're not going to beat themselves. So we're going to have to put the ball in play, maybe do a little hit and running, get some motion. Their catcher's good. We're not going to be able to steal off of him. So we're going to have to create our own momentum to make some good defensive plays, make sure we're hitting and running, keeping them moving as well.
Coach, I want to thank you for joining us here on the postgame show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That was Carroll Tiger head coach Ryan Young here on the Mackey Motors postgame show. We'll go ahead, step away, take another break. Coach Matt Wilder, an Audubon player, set to join us here in the postgame show on 93.7 KKRL.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Audubon head coach Matt Wilder joining us here in the Mackey Motors post-game show. Coach, not probably the outcome you guys wanted tonight, but you played a great game. I want to talk about the pitching first. You had Gavin Larson, your best pitcher probably on the season, started the game for you, pitched really well, 2 no-hit innings, but you had to save him for a big game coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, we kind of used tonight as a bullpen session for our 3 guys, and just kind of get them loose for Saturday and get them a few pitches. But the whole intention was never to let somebody go the full game. Get the experience of throwing here and just get them ready for Saturday.
And talking about your pitching a little bit, both teams pitched really well. You guys pitched good. What was kind of the game plan on the mound for you guys in tonight's game?
Every game's throw strikes. If we throw strikes, we're going to put ourselves in a good spot. And, we did that. And we made a few errors here and there. And, when all 5 of their runs are off pass balls, you're not putting yourself in a good spot to win a game. But, our pitchers did a great job of throwing strikes, keeping them off balance, and, letting them put the ball in play and letting our defense work.
And when it takes to that 7th inning, you guys were down 5-1. You could have just came in, got 3 outs, and went home. But your guys showed no quit. You got the go-ahead run to second base. What do you got to say about the team, in that top of the 7th?
Yeah, we could have easily rolled over, but they battled. We got the Sibinaller kid out of the game, and forced them to go to their bullpen. And they brought in the one kid, and he couldn't really throw a strike, but. And then they went to the next kid, and if we could have got the Sibinaller kid out of the game a little bit earlier, maybe it would have been a little bit different. But they did a good job, and our kids battled, and that's all you can ask for when you have the winning run on second base. That's huge.
So you guys are off until Saturday, a big playoff game coming up. You guys travel up to Alta Aurelia. What do you know coming up on Saturday?
They're young. They're a lot like us. They start 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and I believe 3 seniors. So they kind of have that good mix, kind of like we do, but. They like to run. They got a lot of stolen bases. I think they're 5th or 4th in the state in stolen bases. So they're going to run. So we have to limit those free bases. We can't walk kids. We have to limit our errors. We have to play a good, solid game because they're a good team.
Coach, that's all I got for you. I want to thank you for joining us here in the post-game show.
You bet.
That was head coach Matt Wilder of the Audubon Wheelers. Aaron Olson set to join us next here for Audubon. Again, Audubon falls tonight 5-4 to Carroll. We already heard from Carroll head coach Ryan Young, and then Stone is Siebenaller as well. Aaron Olson joining us now in the Mackey Motors post-game show. Aaron, good night for you guys so far. You came in, pitched a little bit in about the middle of the game, and looked like you got your breaking ball to work a little bit. Got a couple of guys to go down on strikes. Did you know coming in that breaking ball could have been a factor for you when you took the mound?
Yeah, definitely. Since I don't really throw my fastball, it's not really that fast, so that breaking ball really, when I have that down, that helps me a lot because I don't throw the fastest, so people can really get on my fastballs. So it's nice when I can throw a curveball and get a few people to not swing, go in the strike zone, or swing, goes in the dirt.
And then you came around to score a run in the 3rd inning. Not a very good night at the plate. You went 0-for-4 tonight, but you did get on via an error in the 3rd, and then you stole a base. Is that a part of your game when you know that you're one of the top guys on this base, on this team in stolen bases, that you need to try to get to second to help maybe generate runs for this team?
Yeah, that's definitely a factor. When I get to first, usually I steal second unless it's a great catcher, but yeah, and usually I get there, don't really get thrown out that much, but definitely helps when I get on second, and then base hit scores usually.
So talk about your approach at the plate tonight a little bit. You went 0-for-4, but you saw a lot of pitches tonight as well. Is that something as the leadoff hitter that you're trying to do when you start the game, or even every time you're up to bat, is just see as many pitches as you can and get on base anyway?
Yeah,
I know I'm not really a power hitter, so a lot of times I just try to slap one out there, maybe ground ball, run it out to first, since I do that a lot. So yeah, I'm not really a power hitter, so I don't look to like just get a home run first pitch. So yeah, I guess you could say I just try to get a lot of pitches, foul some off, and maybe get blooper or a ground ball in there.
Well, Aaron, I want to thank you for joining us here in the postgame show.
Thank you.
That was Aaron Olson of Audubon. Wheelers do fall tonight, though, 5-4. We'll go ahead, step away, take another break, name our Motor Inn a player of the game right here on 93.7 KKRL.
Established in 2000.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
Carroll wins over Audubon 5-4 here on 93.7 KKRL. Baseball action tonight for you from Merchants Park. Time to name our Motor Inn a player of the game. Player of the game is going to be Stone Siebenaller. Went 5 2/3 innings, no hit. Pitched 6 2/3 innings before being pulled just 1 out away from the complete game. Struck out 11 tonight for Siebenallers. He was fantastic on the mound for the Tigers. Tigers do win 5-4 for Tiffany Young back in the studio. Thank you tonight. Casey Miner signing off here on at 93.7 KKRL.